Hey guys, my name is Sucharita. This is Film Companion. You're watching not a movie review, and right now I'm not going to be reviewing Silence. देखिए ऐसा बहुत कम होता है that I watch a movie and I'm at a loss for words for a long time. Last time I felt that way was Urta Punjab, and another one I can remember right now was Highway. Turns out it's not just Alia Bhatt performances that drive me to Silence. Dude, Silence has shattered me. I'm like, please yaar, मुझे नहीं करना, नहीं होगा मेरे से. Silence is based on a 1966 novel of the same name. It's the story of a 17th century Portuguese Jesuit priest, Sebastian Rodrigues. He, against the advice of another senior priest, gets together with another priest, Francisco Garupe. They travel from Macau to Japan to look for their teacher, Father Ferreira, who is rumored to have denounced his faith under torture.
Ferreira is lost to us. He renounced God in public and surrendered the faith.
That's not possible. Father Ferreira risked his life to spread our faith all over Japan.
It seems to me that our mission here is more urgent than ever. We must go find Father Ferreira.
Both these pupils don't want to believe that such a thing could occur. So they set off on this journey with only one drunk Japanese man to help them and a general idea which direction Japan is in. 1640s Japan is where the rest of the story plays out. Did Ferreira actually abandon Jesus? Was he tortured? Who is this drunk Japanese man? And will they even manage to reach Nagasaki? या जाते थे जापान पहुंच गए चीन समझ गए ना?
जाते थे जापान पहुंच गए चीन समझ गए ना?
नहीं समझे बॉस? नहीं समझे? I am amazed that someone agreed to invest $40 million in this film. Because I can't imagine a bunch of people going to watch this over the weekend and coming out feeling like, yes, that was 3 hours well spent. Because Silence is a difficult movie to sit through. For more reasons than one. The most obvious is the runtime. Despite it being a masterclass in filmmaking and kurta bhar level Oscar nominated cinematography, there are many scenes which are long and will test your patience. All of it. Secondly, the subject matter. Now, Silence has been a Scorsese passion project since he obtained the movie rights in 1988. Andrew Garfield was 5 years old, I was 0. So obviously Scorsese has clearly लगाउड full jaan and one can only imagine कितना kilo genius that is. Having said that, the movie is so overtly religious, many viewers might not find themselves interested in this. And the ones who want to watch a movie about Christian history might not be expecting to see the varying and increasingly gory methods of torture depicted here. Boss, हर type का torture. The most popular ganda torture was they would hang people upside down with their head inside a pit, so blood would rush to their head but they won't pass out because they would make an incision behind the ear, so it'll keep literally dripping out of them, slowly killing them as they hung there for days. Galti kya hai? Christian hai. Okay, now the acting performances. Sure, I'm excited to see Liam Neeson get taken for a change, like my best friend Deadpool said.
They've made 3 of those movies. At some point you have to wonder if he's just a bad parent.
And I want to watch The Amazing Spider-Man and Kylo Ren turn Jesuit priests and teach people how to live their lives. But very quickly you forget that this Ra's al Ghul hasn't trained them to become murderous assassins, but ridiculously strong believers of this faith that never really comes to their rescue. So, my point is that these stars might attract a certain movie-going audience, but is that enough? Silence is dirty, y'all. I mean, it's pure, but the world in 1640 was disgusting. Kichad, mitti, dirt, mulch, everywhere. People had the worst oral hygiene, which to the movie's credit is very apparent. Gande daant. The film doesn't let you relax. You know what is relaxing? Music, which this film has none of. You start noticing it as the movie progresses that there is just no music, background or OST, not even in the closing credits. Which is how I guess you're made to pay closer attention to the disturbing details of the priests' lives in Japan. You also pay attention to the dialogue, which might make you think and question your own faith, or lack of it. For instance, when a Japanese samurai tells Sebastian, if you are a true priest, you should feel pity for the Christians. The price for your glory is their suffering.
The price for your glory is their suffering.
Or when the supreme commander of sorts calls Portugal, Spain, Holland and England Japan's concubines, you're forced to sit up and take notice and introspect. There isn't one side to be picked. The movie doesn't let you choose a hero and a villain. No. And that is why silence has shattered me. I am all off balance, yeah. So on a scale of 1 to 10, silence is 5 times. There's this one Japanese man who confesses his sins to Padre, only to commit them again and confess and sin and confess and sin, addicted and repulsed by his own faith. And I'm like, oh my God, don't do this to me. It's beautiful. I've been an atheist for many, many years, and I'm still just so moved by this film. So maybe not as a religious, historical, just watch it as a thriller, which it kind of is, to be honest. More thrills, subscribe right here.